Okay, ring the bell. Class is in session. Today's topic is going to be situation number 9 here in the city of Port Arthur, Texas, regarding the employment issues as well as the environmental issues that the city has faced for the past 40 years. What I'm going to do is read into the record 3 letters, 2 from me and 1 from Motiva, concerning these specific issues. First letter was dated January 6, 2020, sent to Claire Jackson, Verna Rutherford, and Amy Mifflin. These are corporate community relations people. First 2 in Port Arthur, and the third one is located in Houston, Texas. Letter goes as follows. Ladies, I would like to set up a meeting between myself, my fraternity brother Thurman Barty, and Motiva's plant manager in Port Arthur, the Port Arthur Refinery's HR director, and the Port Arthur Refinery's QA director to discuss HR and QA/environmental safety issues. Concerning human resources, my topic will include the Port Arthur facility's first affirmative action plan and EEO1 report it submitted to the DOL OLCCP in the 1970s, along with the 2019 affirmative action plan and EEO1 report that was submitted to the DOL OFCCP this past year. I'm very curious to see if the affirmative action plan that was submitted by the Port Arthur facility in the 1970s had any positive effect in diversifying the minority employment demographics at the Port Arthur facility to which it was designed for per CFR Chapter 60, specifically in the manager and professionals categories. Based on Texas Workforce Commission data, we know that the city of Port Arthur has maintained one of the highest unemployment rates in the state of Texas for the past 20 plus years. I applied for positions in the professional category at your Port Arthur facility in the 1980s, 1990s, and 2000s, and was never successful in obtaining employment in my field of quality assurance, but had no issues gaining employment in the same field at other U.S. federal contract facilities around the country. Okay, concerning QA, environmental, and safety, I would like to discuss what type of QMS the Port Arthur facility is implementing, the current TCEQ violations, and why the main facility is having problems getting VPP certified with OSHA. I own several properties approximately 200 yards from the Port Arthur facility's fence line, and I'm concerned with your property decreasing my property value, personal and property safety, and health issues due to the historic toxic emissions, plant explosions, and other activities that go on at your Port Arthur facility that the facility has been fined for violations by the TCEQ. Okay, and I list several videos that I've taken over the course of the past few months, and I sent this letter to Motiva on January 6, 2020. Now here's Motiva's response. A letter dated January 13, 2020, and it's from Claire Jackson, the public affairs manager for the chemical facility. And it says, Mr. Richard, we received your letter and we appreciate the opportunity to address your concerns. Being a good neighbor, it is important to us, and doing the right thing is a core value that we apply in all aspects of our business. As a company, we embrace diversity. All qualified applicants receive consideration for employment without regard to race, color, sex, national origin, age, religion, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, protected veteran status, citizenship, genetic information, or other protected status under the federal, state, or local laws. We are committed to providing reliable, affordable energy to our customers while safeguarding our employees, the environment, and the communities which we operate. Our health, safety, and environmental HSE policy ensures compliance with the law and process evolved to provide a framework to continually assess and report on our performance. For more information on our health and safety and environmental approach, please visit, and they give you a website here. We are constantly evaluating our procedures and guidelines to ensure we meet the highest standard of accessibility when it comes to protecting the world around us. For example, in 2018, Motiva's Port Arthur facility was certified under the most recent ISO 1401 standards, which is an internationally recognized standard that outlines the requirements for environmental management systems. That same year, the Port Arthur Chemical Site renewed its status as an OSHA VPP Star Work Site, a prestigious designation for facilities with exemplary safety programs. We believe Port Arthur, Texas has a bright future, and we are committed to participating in its success. Partnering with local organizations to build skilled workforce, investing in downtown buildings, providing needed resources to the city and community in the aftermath of natural disasters, and supporting youth education are just some of the ways we are actively engaged, involved. And regards, Claire Jackson. Okay, now my last letter to this company was dated January the 20th, 2020, in response to their letter from the January 13th. Now it says here, actually I sent to Claire Jackson, and it says, Claire, thanks for your corporate attorney's response to my January 6, 2020 letter. However, if you reread my initial letter, Motiva did not address my specific requests or concerns, but rather supplied me with generic information that has no foundational support. For a company that is part of an organization that earned $111 billion in sales last year, you would think I would have gotten a better response. I don't understand why your attorney supplied me with Motiva's boilerplate corporate affirmative action / EEO mission statement when my letter specifically requested a meeting with your corporate representatives at the Port Arthur facility concerning the facility's first affirmative action plan and EEO-1 report it submitted to the DOL OFCCP in the 1970s, along with the 2019 affirmative action plan and EEO-1 report that was submitted to the DOL OFCCP this past year. I'm very curious to see the affirmative action plan that was submitted to the DOL OFCCP by the Port Arthur facility in the 1970s has had any positive effect in diversifying the minority employment demographics at the Port Arthur facility to which it was designed for per CFR Chapter 60, specifically in the manager and professional categories. Based on Texas Workforce Commission's data, we know the city of Port Arthur has maintained one of the highest unemployment rates in the state of Texas for the past 20 years. I applied for positions in the professional category at your Port Arthur facility in the 80s, 1990s, and 2000s, and was never successful in obtaining employment in my field of quality assurance, but had no issues gaining employment in the same field at other U.S. federal contract facilities around the country. I congratulate Motiva on being VPP certified at your chemical facility and your main facility for being ISO 14001 certified. However, I requested information on any QMS system that is in place at both facilities in Port Arthur, which would fall under the ISO 9001 certification. FYI, most major corporate HSE departments are certified in ISO 9001, ISO 14001, and ISO 45001. Does Motiva have a QMS system in place at both Port Arthur facilities? I own several properties approximately 200 yards from your Port Arthur facility's fence line, and I am concerned with your property decreasing my property value, personal and property safety, and health issues due to the historic toxic emissions, plant explosions, and other activities that go on at your Port Arthur facility. Motiva's lack of ISO certification at your Port Arthur facility is a major traceability and safety concern I have with the close proximity of your plant to my property. Thanks, and CC to Port Arthur Mayor Thermal Barty.